here I am. Let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my singleness and how I transitioned from being single into a wife. So, yeah, if you're new here, my name is Orshuna. I'm a mini influencer. I wouldn't say influencer. I've done a few product reviews for MAC. I've done ELF and a few other brands. I've done Blue, Clear Blue, and I've done a few Amazon reviews. And I guess it's you get gifts for your reviews, and again, I'm okay with that for now. We're all trying to make it big, but I think a start is a start. So let's get back to the topic. I'm gonna say I was single for quite a while, like quite a while. I've been dating on and off, and I think the longest so far after I'm gonna say the longest. It has been the longest since I've been single, and I was dating on and off. Like I dated a guy from my school that I attended. Um, Shout out to BMCC. I've dated guys from online that didn't go so well, and I've dated guys that like I just randomly met like out, and they all weren't going anywhere, and I wanted something that was purposeful and something that was gonna elevate me, and I realized that none of these are going anywhere, and so your girl had to just take a step back, which is what I did. Excuse me. I was living in New York, and it wasn't serving me any purpose. Like, I had a great job that was paying me really well, and I decided to move to Delaware just randomly. I said to my family and everyone, I'm gonna go live in Delaware. I have a sister that lives in Delaware, and I knew I wasn't gonna be alone, so I decided to move to Delaware. I didn't have a car yet. I didn't even have a job yet. In that summer, 2021, 2021, I packed up my stuff, moved to Delaware, and during the summer, while I was coming from the beach with my sister, I put out resumes I had, and someone reached out to me. I did the interview over the phone, and then I went in for a meet, like an interview, and they sent me the letter later after the meet if I wanted the job, and of course I waited a day or two to fully accept. But after moving to Delaware in 2021 September, I got the job. I purchased a Subaru Forester, which is always my favorite car, and it still is to this day. I'm a Subi girl. Always have, always will be. Subi. So, yeah, and things was going great. I had the job, I have the car, I have a quiet space, and everything was just going great. And I prayed to God, and I was like, okay, I have everything that I've asked you for. The only thing I don't have is the husband. I did eharmony, and I think I matched with two persons. I went out with one of them for coffee and didn't go anywhere after that. Oh, I thought it was me. And then there was other person that I was talking to for like a week, and his parents were international, and they were coming over to meet with him. He sent me photos of them and everything, and we were gonna meet, and then it just ended like that. Like I was like, okay, what's going on? And I was talking to one of my friends that I also, happened to grasp in Delaware, because again, adults, it's hard to meet friends, but I was able to meet this girl, and she was sharing with me that three of her friends, well, no, one of her friends and two of her sisters met their partner on eharmony, and they got married. And I was curious, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep my profile, I'm gonna continue and see where it takes me. So lo and behold, we're now in, this has been a year now. So lo and behold, it's October 2022. And I had work the next day, but I just, randomly was laying in bed, and I went on eharmony, and, was just scrolling. And before I get to that part, I just wanted to know that expand your search. Do not stay in your city and search for the guys in your city. Expand your search. So I did that. I expand my search. I'm gonna say maybe 200, 300 miles. I did. And my search went all the way, up to upstate, going all the way over into Canada, yes. And, I was going through profiles and everything, and then this random guy, kind of nerdy with his glasses and everything. And I looked at it and, was going through his profile, and he had this joke on his profile. And I remember just smirking in my bed, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I replied to it, not, liking his photo or anything, just replying to the joke and saying, oh, that's really funny. And about 10 minutes after, he messaged me, and he's like, you're really beautiful. I really like your profile, but you're too far, and I'm not into long distance. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Just shrug it off. Okay, that's fine. And I was like, okay. I went to sleep, didn't think anything of it. And the next morning I woke up and I got a message from him. And he was like, for some reason, I wasn't able to sleep comfortable last night. I just kept looking at your profile. I kept thinking about you, and, like, what if? And he was like, why don't we just give this a try and see how the long distance work out? And guys, it did. It did. It did, guys. I'm now married to him. So we talked on the phone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then he decided to come visit me. He came, he visited me, we spent the night together, and he went home the next day, and I was like, oh, I probably won't, hear from this guy again. But on his way home, we kept talking, texting every day, and, he would still come and visit me ever so often. And I think after the third visit, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I was like, yeah. The connection was there, the chemistry was there. It was like your person. It was like the same person, but like in a male form. Like they get you. They laugh at your silly joke. You could be yourself. I could be a child whenever I want to be. I could be a princess whenever I want to be, and it just balanced. So I said yes. I said yes to being his girlfriend. So we kept dating. We kept going out on dates. He would come visit me, and we did our first getaway vacation. I wouldn't say getaway because, it was like 3 states away. We went to Virginia and we stayed there for a week. And during that week, we also saw the show Hamilton, and that's my favorite show. So that's my favorite play. Sorry. So we saw that, and then right after it ended, like during the play, I was singing all the songs. I'm not gonna get my shots. I'm just not my country young, scrappy, and hungry. And after all of that, everyone was just rushing out of the theater and everything. And this man got down on one knee, and he called all my government name, and he was like, "Will you marry me?" And I was like, "What? Get up!" And he's like, "No, will you marry me?" And I was like, "Yes." And of course, the crowd, they applaud and everything, and it was just sweet. It was just sweet. And remember going home. Well, we stayed the night at the villa because we did an Airbnb. And I remember calling my sisters, and none of them answered because it was so late. But my oldest sister did answer, and I showed her, and I was like, "Look what happened." She was really overjoyed for me and everything. And I think I remember going to bed that night, like closing my eyes, looking up to the heavens above, and all I could whisper was "thank you." Like, I had known that, we're steering to that direction after him asking me to be his girlfriend. I just didn't know he was going to ask me to be his wife that quickly. And I just looked to the heavens and I said, "Thank you." I said, "Thank you." We talked about it. We're like, what are we doing? Are we going to have a big wedding with 200 people? Or are we going to have, a semi-big wedding with like 75, 100 people? Are we going to do, what are we doing? What are we going to do? And we were like, you know what? Let's just have a civil wedding. Let's just have a civil wedding. Invite all, or like close immediate family. And I think like 2 or 3 of our closest, like bestest friends. And so we had a civil wedding, and guys, it was great. It was great. Because I was stressing out. And I was like, if I'm stressing out for this civil wedding, then how would I have been if I was planning a wedding for 75 to 100 people or 150? Because again, I have, lots of friends and families and cousins. And I was like, why am I stressing out? But, lo and behold, we got married. We did the civil wedding. We're also going to, maybe have something back home for my side of family, but that's for another day. But yeah, we had the wedding. We came back to my condo, and me and my sisters, we set it up really nice. I'll insert photos and clip of it at the end. But it was great. It was great. It was cost effective, and I love it. So I guess at the end of the video, all I'm saying is, be intentional with what you want. And by being intentional, you always have to look to the man above. Not just saying that you want this to happen, but be intentional. Like before I moved to Delaware, I knew I wanted a Subaru. I knew I wanted a good paying job, which I did get. I knew I wanted a husband. I knew I wanted to get married. And I put that out in the universe. I put it out in writing that, God, this is what I'm asking you for. And he granted it onto me. So be intentional. Be intentional in your yes to him. And stay prayed up. Don't forget your prayer. Stay prayed up. Little is much when God is in it. little is much. So yeah, that's my testimony from being single and being engaged 6 months and being married in less than a year. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want more content, I will be posting more often because I'm, starting my journey on YouTube. But like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to watch the photos and the clip after this. Bye.
In the still of the night, I think of you. My heart beats with every thought of you. You're the one I can't let go. In your arms I find my home. Love, sweet love, it's you I'm dreaming of. Every moment with you feels like a gift from above. Forever and always, you're the one I adore. In your love I find my forevermore. Find my forevermore, the more. Through every storm, you're my guiding light. In your eyes I see the stars align. With you I'm whole, with you I'm complete. In your love my heart finds its beat. Love, sweet love, it's you I'm dreaming